What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Bodhi Tree Social. In today's video, I wanted to discuss the power of selective discomfort and how you can create a powerful shift in the overall quality of your life by choosing to confront situations that are uncomfortable, not necessarily the most pleasant in terms of the immediate experience, and foregoing comfort and immediate gratification, and how this can greatly enhance the overall quality of your life. So what exactly do I mean by selective discomfort? Well, there's some discomfort that is just not only unnecessary but not beneficial at all. Like, for example, putting your hand on a hot stove. Very uncomfortable. There's no real benefit to that at all, in my opinion. But there's some discomfort that has great benefit. For example, if you're someone who suffers from social anxiety, quite common in today's day and age, putting yourself into social situations, although it may be quite uncomfortable, will enable you to grow and to evolve and to transcend your social anxiety, right? And avoiding it and instead imbibing in comforts and coping mechanisms, that will only lead you into greater social anxiety. So that would be a case of selective discomfort that allows you to enhance the overall quality of your life in the long term. And I think it's a quote from the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna is speaking, and he says, what immediately seems like a treasure in time becomes poison, and what immediately seems like poison in time becomes treasure. So that's a little snippet of the poignancy and the power of selective discomfort. Immediate discomfort, you could say, a harshness and intensity that's not necessarily comfortable by any means, but actually enables you to be better in the long run. So some examples of this would be like Wim Hof. I love the Wim Hof method, but the cold plunging and the breath work. The cold plunging, definitely in particular, uncomfortable. The breath work can certainly be a bit uncomfortable. It's not necessarily the most comfortable process, but both can lead to great benefits in the long run. And a lot of this selective discomfort, it comes down to self-discipline and the power of self-discipline. I'm reading a book right now by Brian Tracy called No Excuses, and it's really based on the principle of cultivating self-discipline. And he talks about how self-discipline is really the foundation of all success. And no matter what you do, without the discipline, none of it will be effective. So it doesn't matter what strategies you have. It doesn't matter the techniques, the practices. If you don't have self-discipline alongside that, none of it will be successful. So some more examples of selective discomfort. Any sort of restrictive diet. So you could say maybe you do an all liquid diet or a juice fast. Any kind of elimination diet, things like that. Fasting is one of the most powerful things you could possibly do to optimize your experience. Strategic fasting, intelligent fasting, you can look into it more, but one of the most powerful things you can do by far. Any sort of detoxification protocol, cleansing yourself. Exercise, intense exercise. Again, selective discomfort leads to great benefit. Saunas, hot saunas, especially when you do that with the cold plunge. You could do cryotherapy, things like that. It's really, really important to get your nervous system adapted to selective discomfort. And this is something that I am working on currently. I think it's absolutely critical, and it's critical for the cultivation of self-discipline. If you can discipline yourself enough to subject yourself to this selective discomfort, as I call it, then you can discipline yourself to do pretty much anything, especially things that are more comfortable And like reading a book, for example. Like if you can't, if you can't read a book, how do you expect to be successful in any capacity? If you can't sit down and focus your mind to just read a book for maybe an hour a day, or whatever amount of time a day, how can you expect to be successful in any capacity? But if you can sit in a cold pool for a few minutes or take an icy shower, then sitting down and reading the book is like next to nothing. So yeah, cultivating this capacity to embrace selective discomfort, in my opinion, one of the most powerful things you could possibly do. So it's my challenge for you guys. Choose a practice or a couple of practices to do daily of selective discomfort. Consciously choosing something that is uncomfortable for you, but that will benefit you and is benefiting you in the long run. Do that. The more you do it, the better your results will be. That's my video for you guys today. Thank you all for tuning in. We will talk soon. Remember to stay in the flow. Much love. Peace out, y'all.